It's Chris Young with Tomorrow on today's Country 103.5 WEZL. Today and tomorrow, and we'll end the day after tomorrow. It's the Taste of Charleston, a three-day event this year.
Three-day event, man. That's awesome.
And I don't know how Steve gets stuck with this every year, but from Reds here, you've got the duty again this year. Is that the deal?
I'm at bat, that's for sure.
Yeah,
missed a meeting and got appointed, I think.
Is that what happens when you don't show up? This thing's a lot of changes going on this year for Taste of Charleston, right?
Oh, we've definitely upped the ante this year.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, we've moved to a real festival style and doing a two-day main event out at Boone Hall, which we're really excited about. And I guess the big news is we brought in a big-time partner with Southern Living magazine.
Now, how did that happen?
You know, they approached us last year, and they had searched the country far and wide for a festival. They wanted to be in the festival business and be part of one, and they've narrowed it down to two places, Houston and Charleston.
Wow.
They came in last year. We gave them a little once over. It's perfect weather. It's 10,000 plus, and they're like, we like your festival, so here we are.
That's incredible. And they, of course, will be featuring this thing, I would assume.
We have actually renamed the festival this year for the Southern Living Taste of Charleston.
Oh, that's great. That can't do anything but help.
Well, I mean, when you they're probably the fifth largest magazine in the country,
yeah.
And it brings a whole new demographics to our festival for sure. But they've come in with probably just over $500,000 in a sponsorship package.
Have they really?
That's awesome.
This thing will be huge.
Don't get me wrong; they didn't give us any cash.
No.
I tried.
I know. I understand, but still, I mean, that you throw that into the mix to promote this thing, it's huge.
Well, their e-blast and website and their magazine, and they promoted it in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Florida. It's big. It's big time. It definitely elevated our event.
This is probably the first time this hadn't really been a touristy event. Taste of Charleston has always been something to me that was local, and those were the people you saw there. But I could see where this would mean, like
people
you said,
flying in and driving in,
and festival type feel to it.
Kind of like Seaway.
Yeah,
bringing people in like that.
No doubt, and that's what we really needed to do, I think, for our event. It's amazing when you look and you see the people who are coming in. And I'm not saying this. My wife and her mother demographics, with Southern Living, they definitely have that female push. But you're getting the 10 ladies flying in from California. You get the 6 ladies coming in from New Jersey. They're coming from all over the country, and they're booked here for the weekend. They're booked here 3 or 4 days. They're making girls trips down for it.
That's great. That's right. And now, this whole thing actually starts tonight. You've got the chef's competition downtown. Is that right?
The Iron Chef competition. If you haven't seen it, it's a hot ticket. I'm telling you, this is the 4th year we've done it, and we do it at the Culinary Institute with Dean Sabo down there. He's our president of the Restaurant Association this year, and he's got a great facility down there. It's kind of a who's who of that culinary world.
Absolutely.
We put 4 chefs together, and they team up in 2 teams, and they go head to head, putting out 5 courses in front of a studio audience.
That's really cool.
He's got it set up. I mean, it's studio ready in there.
Yeah.
It's all on big screens, all across, all mic'd up. We got some great hosts down there. Tom Crawford does stuff for us, and Mickey Bass from Charleston Grill.
Mickey is great.
So they're commentating the whole time, so it's interesting enough.
Yeah.
And,
now, don't you also do some kind of art food thing, some kind of art walk?
Yeah, we call it the art walk, and Monique will probably kill me, but they call it the Taste of the Arts.
That's it.
I finally got that down 4 years later.
Taste of the Arts.
Taste of the Arts, and it's on Broad Street, and it's Saturday night.
Okay.
Great event. We had 500 people there last year, and what they do is they pair 12 restaurants from all over our restaurant association with 12 galleries on Gallery Row. So you stroll back Broad Street and eat great food and drink good beer and
wine and see some beautiful art.
It's a neat event. It
really is. I went to the one last year. It's really great. And now, and then the actual festival itself, the Taste of Charleston, the Southern Living Magazine Taste of Charleston, Saturday and Sunday. I cannot imagine trying to do this 2 days in a row.
We had a little resistance at first, and then everybody's like, listen, if you really want to make this a festival, we should be able to do, Seaweed does a couple multi-days, Plato does multi-days, Food and Wine does multi-day, and we're a top 10 festival in the country right now, so why wouldn't we do it? So people, they're loving the opportunity, and especially with Southern Living on board, all our local restaurants were listed in those magazines, all our sponsors were listed in those magazines.
Beautiful.
So for that alone, it was worth worth the while.
Now, I'm curious about the parking for 2 days.
Oh.
I know, because I know with 10,000 on one day, it was a nightmare. I got to think you're not just going to split the crowd. I think you're going to have 10,000 a day out there, I would think.
Well, we sure hope so, and we have taken the steps to ensure a lot smoother transition, because everybody knows Boone Hall is one dirt road and 10,000 people.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's the worst bottleneck there is.
Yeah.
And, we couldn't figure it out for years, and then we're like, only one car goes in the nice gate that Willie has out there at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that slows it down to start. It opens up inside. But we hired a company this year out of Florida that do the air show here and in Beaufort. They do Daniel Island Tennis Center. They do events all over the country, and they are a military-based personnel. So they come in with 40 guys, and they use people in our Air Force Base and who are making extra money in these times, and they come in and get the job done. So
they get it directed and people moving in and out, and it's a lot smoother that way.
So this is the first year you've used this company, so we'll see a change this year?
You will definitely see a change this year. They came down, they flew in, and Gary Kramer is the guy's name we set up with. He reminds me of, he's totally from the north, so we stand on Boone Hall, and I'm like, this is just weird, So he came in, he's like, look, I got this. I got a plan. We rode around the plantation. He's like, man, we're opening up a new entrance. So instead of having an entrance and an exit the first 3 or 4 hours, it's going to be all intake. So we're going to get everybody in there.
Then
we'll reverse it, around noon or 1 o'clock. So that's a little change, but you'll be able to come in from 17 on the pumpkin patch.
Perfect.
And we're also doing that park and ride there. So Willie's set up all his little trams out there,
right.
So you could come in and kind of see that facility and that plantation kind of through the back
That's
roads.
Perfect. That's
so
perfect.
We're doing everything we can to make it easier. Come early is
the
piece,
key. That's
Come
it.
early. If
And
you're in there at
carpool.
10:30, you won't even see a line.
I got you, man. Oh, and by the way, if you want to get a real early start, go on over about 11:30 this morning to the deck at Reds, look at the Dolphins and the Manatee, and drink beer until Sunday.
TJ's not annoying you
You
guys
can ride
over
with
there
me in on
every day,
Saturday
are
morning
you?
if you're still there.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm that guy. I'm there. I'm just sitting. I love the deck. I got to tell you, and the Dolphins.
They just wish you'd buy something.
Well, I do buy stuff. I
okay.
do. Land Sharks. I've got stock, man. Good to see you, and good luck this weekend. And thanks for letting us to be part. In fact, I think I'm hosting out there Sunday afternoon.
I think
Yeah.
you are.
So we'll see you out there, and thanks for letting us to be part of it.
Hey, we appreciate y'all's support. We really do, and thanks for giving us the time.
Cool. Good to see you.
Thank you.